Hello, how's everybody? This is an Ex-jehovah witness tape. And I just wanted to tell you, I had to do the two Jesuses different. This one is, this is the table that I'm doing today. It's Jesus is not God. The reason why I had to do two of them the same way, because it was like, I wanted to, it is separate because that's how they understand things separately. And they can't be connected because they say Jesus is God, okay? But then when they talk, the reason why, because the other Jesus that I did, the other Jesus table was more like their, how can I say? It's more like their teaching, but it's just the way that they how can I say, I mean, they know they're doing it wrong, but they don't know that. A lot of brothers and a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses don't know that they're doing it wrong, but it's how they relate to understanding Jesus, the first one. And it also showed that there are discrepancies in the first one. This one is right out like they're one-liners, because like they have a lot of one-liners, like for birthdays they say it's our birthday, which is really silly. And that's what we used to say, because it's the day that we were born. But they never thought about other countries as different concepts, as different ways of thinking things. And for Jesus, we would say, he's a person. They're two separate people. This is how we used to do it. And God is God and Jesus is Jesus. And I can't even believe that I even would just say something just because everybody says it. I mean, really, with no explanation whatsoever. And we would say, God is God and Jesus is Jesus. And that's just point blank. Believe me, it's a very sensitive topic. And it's really, really bad for them not to, to not even consider reasoning the things that they say in, like, the first one I told you, the first table, you know what I mean? It was a little bit more detailed, but this one is very important because it's an expression that they use all the time. Jesus is not God, okay? So this one is different because it's a compare, okay? And so I'm reading it right along. So I have the compare for Jehovah's Witnesses, a compare for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, and worldview. Remember, the worldview are actually Christendom or Christians in general, okay? Which I learned from doing this. Here, the reason, I'm just picking up a lot of things on how we deal with certain subjects in a conversation and when we're talking with people, because it kind of organizes a lot and we can learn a lot from this, as I say all the time doing this. So now we're doing Jesus is not God, okay? So the first one is Jehovah's Witness. Oh, and in the topics, the comparable topics, like I said, but we're doing a compare. The contrast is Jesus and God, but we're comparing, and I'm going to read it as a compare for Jehovah's Witness, ex-Jehovah's Witness, and worldview. Okay, Jehovah's Witness, Jesus, and then Jehovah's Witness, God. Jehovah's Witness, Jesus. Jesus has put, I always make mistakes on this thing. Jesus put to, okay. And this is so true. Jesus is put to the side, okay? He's put to the side, okay? Because he doesn't go into any explanation. They just have to deal with him, you know what I mean? They don't really like him they really don't liken him to their Jehovah God. They don't liken Jesus to their Jehovah God. When they preach, they say Jesus is the Son of God. And they are two two separate persons. The governing body gives them the right to have this divine knowledge, which would be very divine knowledge if they can just describe who God is and that Jesus is God's son, and it's just like point blank, as if they were like, they were born like we were. Okay, now God, and it goes, they will use the word God. They will use the word God, but sparingly. But they revert to their Jehovah God title. The Jehovah is glued to their minds and heart, almost as if their God cannot exist without being called Jehovah. And that is so true. I mean, what if, even if it's, I just don't want to go there. I already talked about that subject so many times. You know how I feel about that. Okay, now, ex-Jehovah Witness, okay? And remember, we can rebuff this once it's done. So this is my conversation. What I'm trying to say is this is what I use when I speak on the conversation. And it's pretty, well, I already told you my background, so I'm sure a lot of people will feel exactly the way I do. But like I said, we're going to develop this table. Okay, so, do you want to turn this to, no. Okay, here it goes. So ex-Jehovah Witness is God, Jesus. Jesus, God, when they are put in a situation. Okay, Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna put down. This is. Okay, Jesus is God when they are put in a situation to where Jesus is there to help them. So the reason why I'm saying is that because I've heard this a lot in YouTubes and it happened to me also. I mean, we were like in limbo, but when something happens, like spiritually, like for instance, it happened to me during my it's in my former videos, like during my judicial meeting, it was very like religious type, finding Jesus type kind of situation. It was very out there. And when this happens to them, then they realize Jesus. Okay, so that's what I was saying there. There to help, when they find that Jesus is there to help them. When they get this help, they understand that it is coming from Jesus, as in the case of Saul. And I talked about Saul yesterday, which is a very good example, but I didn't get that opinion. I mean, I have to say that God helped me to make that opinion. That I'm still suffering with this thing that I'm trying to do with the linguistics. That analogy, but I'm very careful with using, certain words, because I don't want to use the wrong one. Because I'm in this thing to where I'm developing this thing so I can talk to different people at the same time, different types of people at the same time. So bear with me until I get it all. And this is helping me out very well too. Okay, so God, okay, now for ex-Jehovah Witness, God is just always there. They don't know where, and they know that they have been taught the wrong way, but they know that there is somehow a God, but very far. But there, I guess very far. It should be very far away, I guess, but very far away. Okay. Now the world view. I told you what world view is now. They understand that they are humans and God is divine, and take that for understanding that Jesus is God and cannot be explained in human terms. Thank you very much. But of course, the governing body doesn't think this way. They think that they can understand God without knowing Him. I don't know. That's just how they are. Okay, now. Worldview God. I'm just correcting the spelling. Worldview God. Okay. Jesus and God are one. There is God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Okay. And that's it for today. Let's see what the next one is going to be. Jesus, Kingdom Hall. That's the next one for tomorrow. Hopefully I can do it. Tomorrow I have a Spanish class. After tomorrow, I won't have Spanish class on Wednesday. So I'll get this. So then I'll have Wednesdays free. I have to put out videos. I mean, because like when you're in YouTube, I mean, because I want to do this full time. I would really like to do it full time. But I have to go through this initiation. It is an initiation because, I mean, I'm not going to explain it. I just have to go by all these rules and things like that. And it's going to take me, so anyway, because of that, it'll take me, I already spent 3 months. I think it'll take close to a year from when I wanted to become full-time YouTube until now. It's been like 3 months, but altogether it'd be like 6 months. I mean, all together, I'm almost sure it'd be like 12 months before I'll be able to do this full-time. So what I'm trying to say is, it's like just the way things go. But that means that I have to do videos, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I'm not worried about videos because I'm just telling you because you're the this YouTube with Ex-Jehovah Witnesses is what I started with, and that and music, but this one is really serious for me. So that's why I'm telling you the background. And I'm not worried about the videos because I have so many things that I can do. You know, I do the music and I enjoy them. You know what I mean? I do music, and it gets better. I mean, if I didn't get better at things, it would be hard for me to do the YouTubes. And I think that's one of the things they worry about is if you can keep attention, you know what I mean? Because you always have to develop yourself. You can't like run out of talent, okay? Your talent has to continue to grow. And that's what I show people on this station. I even show it in my Ex-Jehovah Witness because like this table, for instance, is going to take us into a different world. I mean, like, for instance, it started out for when I had this book. I still have it. And I decided to do it. And then it developed into the table. And I don't know what's going to turn into next, but I'm almost sure it's going to turn into something really beautiful. But that's my talent. It's just that, and that's why I know I could do the YouTube full time because that's how I work on things. I develop them and then like make them grow, evolution, and perfect them. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're really gonna do a lot of things. So anyway, that's the only thing I'm saying is that, you know, I have to do the YouTubes, and I was just telling you this because, you know, I just would like to do it full time. I was telling you this because I need more time to do this. I mean, I need more time to concentrate just on the table and on the website. But in order to do that, I had to be full time with YouTube. And that's what I'm working on. So that's why I'm telling you that because, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to. And pretty soon, once I get my year done, I'm almost sure it'll take about a year, I can spend more time with the tables and things like that. And we'll really be doing good. I could do events and things like that to where we're more powerful. And we want to get what we want to get is to bring down the Jehovah's Witness organization. Okay, thank you very much. It's the truth. I mean, because they're cheating us, you know what I mean? And they're doing really bad things. I mean, we're suffering, you know what I mean? Our families are suffering and things like that. And a lot of people don't realize it, but ex-Jehovah's Witnesses just know how to suffer. I mean, like, I'm laughing right now, but it's not fun. It's not funny. I mean, like, our family members are just like blinded, so they don't even think about it. But we have to think about it every day. We have to, like I said, put it in a space in our mind. But that's terrible. Okay, so we have to. That's what I mean. We just can't. Some people say just forget about it and keep going, but that's impossible. You go crazy. That's not the way the mind works. You can say, I mean, what I'm saying, if you just say forget about it, that means like every day until you're doing what the Jehovah Witnesses are doing, until your brain is numb, until you don't feel anything at all for your brothers and sisters who are suffering and they're blinded. No, that's not the way to go. This is the way to go. What we're doing now, do whatever we can to break them. Yes, we're breaking these Jehovah Witness governing body. Okay. Thank you very much. Hang in there and see you.